Okay, welcome to Addis Ababa. So I'm going to be doing a driving video where I'm going to be going from basically the university to this popular area called Bole. And I have the camera stuck out the window. Stay tuned all the way to the end. In the end, there's a guy that tries to take the camera. So maybe a little bit interesting. But for the most part, you're just going to see lots of city street scenes, and I'll try to pause it and different people as well when I think it's kind of interesting. So, all right, hope you enjoy this one, and stay tuned to the end. ADDIS 2022 2022. Just checking out the city. So we're going to be doing lots of videos and exploring and checking it all out, putting it on YouTube channel and sharing with you what Addis Ababa looks like in 2022.
Chiquinha, Chiquinha, toma cuidado da bovidinha, Chiquinha.
Okay, and we're back. So we're going to be, I'm just going to be kind of showing you, I'm going to stop at a lot of people, but I also just kind of give you a sense of what Addis Ababa looks like. And this right here is the head gate of the University of Addis Ababa. And you can see that actually it's a pretty big campus. I think it spreads out, I don't know, at least a half kilometer. But I think there's a few entrance gates, but that's one of the main ones. I just kind of point out different stuff. Blue is pretty common theme among taxis, this mini buses, you know, that bring people around. And I kind of like these right here, so I'm going to try to stop at some of these because sometimes people like to see what people look like, and you can observe a little bit if I stop it like right there. So it's kind of cool. You can also see the fashion, you know, there's kind of a big mix. There's very traditional and more modern as well. And I think we're still near the University of Addis Ababa. And a lot of traffic parked here. The scenery will keep changing. So this particular area is like this, and then there'll be, I think we can mark it to maybe 4 specific areas, but this is basically a little bit more like buildings for students, and yeah, it's kind of cool. I also like that guy right there. He has that suit. There's a lot of, the older generation seems to wear a lot of suits. I don't know if that's kind of left over from another era, I guess. But it's still very much in place in Addis Ababa. Got the big buses here. Kind of work our way through that. Okay, that is kind of cool. If some of you watched my other video, I have 2 driving videos, so that you might have seen me stop something around the same area where, so this beginning part of the film, I already showed it at the end of another film. So I have 2 driving ones, but it'll fade out quite quickly in just about a minute or 2, and then you just have all new content. And I'll be driving all the way to Bole. So this one you might remember too from driving 1. So this guy, he stopped me and said, "Hey, look over there. You got to take a big video of that," which is kind of interesting. It makes you realize that people are actually watching you, even from the cars, and they can see that you're a tourist. Yeah, there's a 5G sign in that building. So now I'm going to come back over there. I think that blue and white is some kind of like a security. Big long bus stop. Those are pretty common. Tall buildings. So I think at this point I'm kind of going back and forth. There's something over here. I think different people might recognize different landmarks. And if you can just mark those like that, I know in video 1 somebody marked some of the landmarks, but this would be a totally different one with new stuff. And this is where I'd call this kind of like part 2 of the video, because this one is going to be, we're going to be going by a I don't know what you'd call that, but it's like, I guess you'd call it like a open space. And you're going to see a pretty big sign that says Ethiopia as well. I'm going to talk about that too. And there's a lot of stuff in here that I'm not really sure what it is, but I know it's, I think it's more like government buildings and things like that. I snapped this one right here because that tree looks so cool, especially with its skyline landscape like that. So yeah, I really like that one right there. And then the next time I stop, it's going to be at the Ethiopia sign. And I want you to notice that there's a letter missing. And the missing letter is a T. And it's because when you see it, I'll let you see it first, and then you can kind of see why you think the T is missing. Then I'll tell you. Okay, let's see. Where's that Ethiopia? It's coming up right there. So you see that missing T? That's because you're supposed to stand with it and put your arms in a T formation for the camera. I also saw that in Toto as well. So now so this part 2 is kind of this big stretch like this, and then part 3 we're going to go into a little bit more like, call it like the poverty section, and then 4 is going to be the Bole section, which is the wealth-rich area. A lot of construction right in here. So now there's a Radisson. Actually, I think this Radisson I think we are in the Bole area, but there's kind of a part of it that will look a little bit rougher. But you'll definitely see it coming up. But yeah, right here there's quite a bit of hotels, as you can see. And pretty soon I'm going to be stopping it quite a bit. So I think right here, this is where it kind of gets a little bit rougher. You get that blue fence and kind of some stands that seem like they're semi-permanent. Not really that rough, but coming up there'll be not rough, but it's like a lot of people are working real hard to do things. There's a big long line of people. Oh, this is actually a good area. This area is fine right here. This is actually the coffee shop, Coffee Days. So actually this was always busy, and it seemed like I always ended up going across here, and then between here and Bole. So this is not Bole, this has another name. Maybe somebody can mention the name of the coffee bar area and just say what it is. I can't remember the name, but I was with another YouTuber, and we started in this area too, so I kind of am familiar with it because we were changing buses in this area. I like these shots where you can capture the people. I think they're kind of interesting, just little snippets in time like that. I think this area is kind of more, there's a lot of like bus interchanges, so I think that's why we're seeing a lot of people there in that big nice coffee shop, and there's also some nice hotels. And I guess this is the area where it seems to get a little bit rougher. As you can kind of see, there's more like kind of makeshift stuff happening. And just kind of stopping at different images of people, because I know when they blur by you don't really get a chance to really see them. So I'm going to be stopping and pausing quite a bit, just because this area there's a lot of good like people watching, and I'm going to be doing that all the way to the end. Actually, there's just yeah, and actually right here you can see on the corner there's like kind of vendors that are selling stuff, and a lot of vendors that are kind of have like this makeshift stuff that they throw up there like that. And then this is this kind of captures of what that moment is exactly with people walking by. I kind of like that, and I think it's a nice one for driving videos, because otherwise it's just one big blur. But I think you are getting a sense of it. You can kind of see what the style is like in this area. And then this is going to turn into Bole later, which is probably it's the most popular area. The airport is nearby there as well, and that's the area for like nightlife, restaurants, socializing, stuff like that. And this one, I guess there's a lot of transformations. You can see a lot of construction in the background, so I'm going to guess that all the stuff that's near Bole will keep building significantly. Lots of blue taxis in the background. Actually, if you notice that, there's blue taxis everywhere. This kind of style of businesses is probably the most common that I see everywhere in Addis Ababa. These ones that are like kind of like balcony, like all office buildings with kind of balconies. When you go in, you can go out on the balcony side as well. And I see a lot of those in Bole, which is what is coming up. And then there's this kind of stuff too. I think it's just like people are just entrepreneurial, starting their own business, their own thing. Oh yeah, that little scene was just slow enough because we're slowing down, so I was expecting me to pause usually when I edit it, I pause beforehand and then I'm narrating over top of it. I like those little snippets of time like that. So yeah, this is kind of more of those makeshift blue things where merchants sell stuff out front of it. And then this will transition like that sign, like that. And kind of a Muslim guy walking by underneath the sign. There's a kind of a nice mix of religions here: Christian, Islam, Orthodox. Now we're going over kind of a major road, or crossing over, I mean, transition. They're trying to get across, and then I think on this side is when we start seeing more the development, wealth. So the small little snippet right here. I forget what I was trying to film in this spot, but I'm going to be off of this right now. And now we're kind of getting near Bole. And actually, that's kind of interesting. This is there's a lot more people kind of in the street a little bit. And actually, when I walk it, I am too a little bit. There's, I think, partly because there's a lot of stuff on the sidewalks in certain places, particularly in Bole. Big giant bus stop again. Always nice for a good freeze frame. Oh, also this is going to be my last Ethiopian video, by the way. And so I don't really have any more to put up after this one. So hope you enjoyed all of these. I was in Ethiopia about 2 weeks, so did modest amount of filming. A lot of times I'll film more, but I didn't film nearly as much as I thought I might. Like this giant thing of tires. But yeah, this is actually the last one. And actually, we're kind of coming up to where I had somebody try to steal the camera. Well, actually, that's not coming up yet, but it's going to be, it'll be coming up near the end for sure. So yeah, this is more the popular area. There's a lot of taxis. Kids are just jumping around. I should have freeze framed that spot right there. Actually, that's one thing in this driving video. I didn't really see as many like homeless kids and stuff like that. I saw more around the Piazza downtown and around Bole, where there's more money. They're kind of all over, but I didn't really see that many in this particular taxi ride. But I have some walking videos. I have quite a few walking videos, and it seems like almost all of them there's homeless kids in I think every single one of them. It's quite a problem right now. A lot of it is because of the war up north. It's 2022, and there's been a war the last couple of years. Plus, there's a COVID epidemic, pandemic, and that actually kind of creates probably the ending part where somebody was trying to get my camera, but it's because of the time period right now. It's just everything is going up in prices too. Things are really expensive. If you saw my other videos, there's a restaurant one, and some people were saying, why is it so expensive? Like, why are they overcharging people to eat in restaurants? But they have to import everything in, so it's just kind of a tough time here in 2022. But when I was here in 2015, 2017, it was prices were significantly lower, and it seemed like there was a more. I really liked it a lot. This particular trip was a little bit challenging because of the steep increase in prices, the conflict with the war and stuff like that, COVID. But one thing you'll notice, nobody's wearing a mask. It's 2022, and if you watch my videos in Asia, everybody's wearing a mask all the time. So it's kind of refreshing here. If you see that one right there called Enjoy Burger, that used to be called In-N-Out. So when I was here in Addis Ababa in 2015, 2017, it was called In-N-Out Burger. Same as the one in the United States. So I heard that maybe the U.S., I guess somebody kind of forced them to legally change their name because they're not the same place, of course. And as you can guess, we're going to be getting into where somebody tried to get my camera. Not those guys. Dun dun dun. So watch his body just kind of shift as soon as he sees my camera. There's this kind of a total shift in his reaction. There he goes. He sees the camera, makes his move, comes over, and I pull the camera down and away, and he never got it. And then I looked back, and then he kind of made a smile at me, and I kind of made a nervous smile at him. He kind of walked down the street a little bit my direction, and then oddly enough my taxi dropped me off because my hotel was right there. And then he kind of disappeared. I don't know what happened to him, and yeah, that was kind of the end of it. Anyways, it was a good driving video. Maybe something interesting at the end like that, but not really that big of a deal. But all right, hope you enjoyed this one, and this is Addis Ababa in 2022. Hey, did you enjoy seeing a little bit of Addis Ababa? Well, keep watching my channel because I'm going to keep watching more. I'm going to go up there right now and check out some more and get some more up there for you to see.
Chiquinha, Chiquinha.